Okay, so today what we will see the file handling. So file handling
Okay.
means by using a Java program, so how to create files, how to read the data, and how to write the data, and what are the different ways to read or write the files, and what are the differences between these approaches, and which is the best approach we'll finalize.
Mm-hmm.
And this file handling also will be used whenever we are interacting with a different system, or whenever we need to send the data from one system to another system, then we are going to use files. Files is like a common sharing between the servers, or communication purpose we are going to use files.
Okay. File as an SQL server or as an Excel?
We will use a notepad, any file, notepad or a document,
Oh,
doc or
anything.
anything. Yes, anything is same, there is no that many difference.
Okay.
So what we will do, we will try to write some data into the text file, and after that we will read the same data back again,
Okay.
so that we can able see everything. I mean, writing the data, and we need to read the data back again.
Okay.
And here there are three approaches are available by writing the file, reading the data, and writing the data into the file system. So there are three approaches are available. So we will see one by one. So
Okay.
one is like creating folder, how to create a folder yourself, and how
Mm-hmm.
to create a file. And the second approach is like we are going to use streams, like entire data we are converting into the streams or bytes,
Mm-hmm.
and so converting bytes and streams will be happening at the both side while writing the data or reading the data. That is the second approach. And the third one, we are going to use some buffering mechanism. So buffering
Okay.
means, say for instance, if at all if you want to write a 1 GB of data, so we cannot write 1 GB at a time. So we will take part by part, piece of data, and we are going to write it.
Okay.
On the similar way, if you have 3 GB of data in your file, so to read the data, we are going to read line by line or piece by piece. So that is the best way.
Okay.
Okay, this Eclipse is taking time to open up. Okay, what I will do, I'm going to create a new project like a files demo. We'll create new Java project. So inside SRC, I'm going to create all our file related Java files. Okay, let me create a simple one. So com.test is a package and file, okay, let me give the package name is file and file demo. I'm selecting public static void main and finish it. So here what I want to do, I want to create a folders and files. So how to create a folder, like in generally we will see folder, I mean, right? So how to directories, not a folders, you can say directories. So how to create directories and how to create files and how you can ensure the folder or file created or not. We are trying to
Mm-hmm.
create, but how can we ensure whether it's got created or not? So
So we can cross check.
yes, we can able to cross check. We will get a flag actually, is it true or false? So
Oh.
to create a file, so we are going to use file. So first import this one. Yes, the file is a class and it is available under this package,
Mm-hmm.
java.io package.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to download it. File equal to new file, and here we need to give the directory name or file name. So
Mm-hmm.
first what I want to do, I want to create some test. This is one of the directory I want to create, and to create that one, file.mk directory. So this is the boolean flag. It will return a boolean flag.
Mm-hmm.
Now based on that, if created flag equal to true, then what I can say, directory is created successfully, correct?
Okay.
So if it is
We
given
don't have to put the equal sign here. Create flag equals.
boolean equal true, right? So if it is a true,
Okay.
then it will execute,
Oh,
else it will not execute.
oh, I see.
So here, if you want, we can verify that one also, boolean flag equal to true or not. It is not required anyway.
Okay. Now I understand.
Not
Boolean
very
always refers true and
correct.
false, right?
Always ultimately we need a boolean flag inside if condition. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now let me run it. So directory is created successfully. So where it got created? So it will create somewhere here. So how to see the created file? So just right click over here and refresh. So you can able to see the test folder. Did you see this one?
Mm-hmm.
The similar,
Oh, I see.
it
Okay.
got created in test. Say for instance, if at all if you want to create a multiple files, multiple folders in one shot.
Uh-huh.
File 1, and this is considered created flag 1. I want to create 3 folders at a time, like abc/def.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have a make directories. I'm trying to create 2 folders. ABC is a parent folder. Inside that I'm creating def.
Oh, inside of a parent, I can
Yes,
create
you
another
can
basically.
create in one shot. Right click
Okay.
and we will see whether it will be possible or not. So did you see this one?
Directly is not created.
So the first one is executed and it is not created. Why? Because the test folder is already existing, correct?
Yes.
So that's what it is not creating second time. And the second time,
Oh,
the second piece of code, first time we are creating abc/def. So it got successful.
uh-huh.
So
Okay.
to
Can
ensure
we
that,
refresh and
yeah.
see?
So this one is already created, so that's what it is not created second time. And this second lines, so it is the first time we are trying to create, so it got created successfully. So to verify this one, right click and refresh. Where is that? abc/def. Oh, here it is there. Did you see this one?
ABC, yes.
abc,
Yep.
under that
Yeah.
def. So this is the way to create the directories, two directories. So it's displaying in the alphabetical order. First is A, B, S, T. So that's what it
Mm-hmm.
went on the top. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's clear, right?
Yes.
So this is the way we can able to create folders. In the similar way, if at all we want to create directories, files like text files, so it can be done in the similar way. So we need to give the extension to
When you say text files, you say like MS Word type thing?
anything. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So here I want to create and XYZ. Under that I want to create sample dot text.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me run this one. The first two systems, it's already created, so
Already.
it is not created. The third one is the first time it got created. Right click and refresh. So XYZ, under XYZ it is
Mm-hmm.
creating a directory. So because the first one is a directory, not sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are using make directories, correct? So whenever
Mm-hmm.
we want to create files, so these two are directories, correct? So these are directories, correct?
Yes.
But this one is a file, correct? So we have
Yes.
to call here
Something.
create file, create new file.
Okay, since it's .x, right?
This is a text file, create file.
Mm-hmm.
So what you will do? So this create file will, this is a function we are calling. So this function will throw an exception of type IO exception.
Uh,
So whether you need to
I
provide a try catch or we need to rethrow the exception. So this is
okay.
another type of exception in file handling. So this is very important exception. All file handling methods or APIs will throw this kind of exception. So what I want to do, I am not providing try catch, I am throwing the exception directly.
Okay.
So throws and IO exceptions.
Okay.
Any
IO stands for
input output exception.
input output.
Right click and read it again back. So it is not created because this XYZ is already there. Okay, let me give XYZ slash. Now let me run it again back. So now what it is saying, so it is looking for XYZ directory. Okay, let me remove the directory. Yes, now I'm trying to create sample.txt directly. Let me run it. Yes. So now it has got success and open it. Did you see this one?
Mm-hmm.
The text
Okay.
file is created, but content
Okay.
is not there. But so far we have not written any content, correct?
Yes.
So this is the way to create the files,
Mm-hmm.
files or directories. This
So
is
the
clear.
first examples are directories. The last one is file, right?
Correct.
Did I say it
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes. Now, as part of our second example or next example, we are going to see how to write the content.
Oh,
So far, just we created files, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So how to write content? So let me give another example. So this is clear, right? Make directory, make directories, and create new file.
Okay, three methods: make directory, make directories, and create new file, right?
Correct, yes. And the next one is writing the files, writing the data into the files by using streams. File stream demo, and public static void main. So here what I want to do, I want to first we need to create the file, right? If at all if want to write the data. Okay, let me
Mm-hmm.
create file f equal to
File stream.
file f equal to new file.
Okay.
So the file name what I want to create is abc not sorry strd stream.txt. So you can give any name. So our
Mm-hmm.
file is ready, the name is ready. So to write
Mm-hmm.
the data into the files, what we are going to use, file
F
output
dot.
stream. So there is a class available, file output stream f equal fo equal to new sorry file output stream and f. So file output stream is ready. Okay, now
So in order to get the first one, we are using file
just to
output
create
stream.
the file, first line number 10 we are using to create the file, and line number 11 we are using to write the data into the file, into this file.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, how to write the data? Fo dot write. So there is a write function is available, so that I am going to call it. Okay, there is a write function is available, I am going to call it. So what data I want to write? So this is my data, string name equal to, I want to write some text.
Mm-hmm.
So this data I want to persist into my file system.
Mm-hmm.
Entire data I want to write into my file system. So to write the data, we cannot pass string as it is. So we need to convert this entire string into the byte array.
Mm-hmm.
So fo dot write, and you need to convert the entire data whatever you have into the bytes, and that bytes we have to give as an input to the write function. Correct? So this is the
Mm-hmm.
text I want to write in the file. So the text we need to convert into the bytes. So inside the string class, so there is a function called getBytes. So it will, whenever you are calling this function, it will give the entire data will be converted to the byte array, and it will give that it look like this. Okay, let me show you that one. So what we are doing, we are calling this one. So this is a byte array, sorry. So we are converting the entire string into byte array, and this array we need to give as an input. Correct? Now if you see the line number 13 is file output
Mm-hmm.
stream, it will throw an error called file not found exception. So whether you need to provide a try catch or we need to rethrow the exception. So we need to
Okay.
read through the exception. You see this one, there is a two options. Surrounded with try catch. If you click this one, it will write all the default code. Try, catch and file not found. And the second time whenever you are writing the data, it will throw an exception of IO exception. So whether you write a try catch or you can throw the exception. Anyone we have to do definitely. So what I am going to do, I am going to throw the exception. I don't want to write. Just I am throwing directly. Okay. So this is a local variable, correct?
Yes.
So whenever we are declaring a local variable, we have to assign some default value. After
Okay.
that, we are reassigning it, and finally we are writing the data.
Okay.
So once you write the data, what we have to close the stream always. Once your operation is done, we have to close the stream. Otherwise, the connection will be open always. So that will be taking lot of memory. So once you write the data, you can close the stream immediately. Correct?
Okay.
So that is the line number 22 purpose.
Mm.
So far clear, right? What we are doing? Just writing the data into file. So this is the step 1. So this is the data we are converting into bytes. This is the files, and by using these lines we are writing the data into files. And this F reference we are giving input to the file output stream. Correct?
Okay.
It's clear, right?
Um, it was clear up to before the exception. After exception, I got
So
confused.
after
Yeah.
exception, what we are doing, just we are writing the data. The whatever the data we converted into the bytes, so entire bytes I'm giving as an input to the write function, and it will write the data, and we are closing the stream connection.
And get byte, it's for what?
Yes, so
Byte.
this one entire, this is a string of data, right? So we cannot
Uh-huh.
write the string as it is. So we have to convert the entire
Okay.
string into the bytes. That bytes we have to give input to the file output stream class. So that will write the data. You cannot give directly as a string as input here. We don't
Okay.
have that facility. This is a disadvantage of this
Okay.
approach. Okay. Okay, now let
Okay.
me run it and we will see whether data is writing or not. So you just give one sys out here. Data write. Okay, now let me run it. Okay, data write successfully, correct? Okay, now let me right click and refresh. So the file name what we had given here, stream. Did you see this one? Stream file is
Stream
created.
dot
Open it
Okay.
and we can see the data. So our data is there, correct?
Okay.
Okay, now the second part is how to read this data. So far we have created data, that is fine, very good. So how to read the data? I want to read the file and I want to display it back here.
Okay.
So what I want to do, I will close this one. I will comment out this one. I don't want any more this code, correct?
Yeah.
So we have already created file, our data is there. Now the second part is read the data
The-
from the file, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What is the file name? Stream.txt. So I want to read the
Yeah.
data from stream.txt. So whatever the file we got created here, correct?
Yes.
So to read the
You wanna
data,
read it from the same stream TXT, right?
yes, same text it should come back.
Okay.
So to read the data, file f equal to new file. So from which file you want to read the data? So we need to define, we need to give the input first. Same, I want to read it from sorry, stream, right? Stream dot txt. So this is our input file. So to read the data, we are going to use, to write the data we use file output stream. To read the data we are going to use file input stream. So we need to import this class, and this is available under java.io package. File input stream equal to new
file input stream, then it will throws an error, I believe.
So file input stream equal to new file input stream, and this file we have to give as the input. After that, what we have to do, we have to read the data, correct? So to read the data, what we have to do, we have to take a while loop. So whenever we are reading the data, what it will do, it will give you a byte. So it will give you a byte. Okay, every time it will give you a byte. So what you will do, you just declare a variable here, integer 1 byte. Sorry, not integer, byte. 1
When
byte.
you say byte, this is a variable, right? Like
Correct.
byte, boolean.
Byte is a kind of so it is one of the data type. So like integer, we have
Yeah,
a
that.
integer, float, byte, right? So byte is a one data type. Okay, 1 byte equal to, so what I'm trying to do, I'm reading the 1 byte and I'm assigning to 1 byte variable, and that should not be -1. So why it is giving error, cannot convert from integer to byte. So this is a integer and integer, and when we are displaying the data, so we need to convert that to char, sorry, what is this, 1 byte.
I don't know
And
what you're.
yeah, yes, I will first, let me run it and I will explain this one. Fi dot close. Everywhere once the operation is done, we have to close it immediately. Now let me run it, whether it's, yes, so data is coming properly. Yeah, so now what I did here, so this is clear, right? Line number 29 and line number 30, why, what we are using, so to read the data we have to use file input stream, and we have to give the file as a input for the constructor.
Okay.
Okay,
Of course, yeah.
so to read the data, we cannot read entire data at a time. So we have to read a function called file.read. What it will do, each character it will read and it will assign as a integer to us, ASCII code actually, each character. So the character means in the file system, what is the first character? Course, correct? First character is C. So the corresponding ASCII code it will give to us. ASCII code means it is a number. For each character we have a corresponding ASCII code. So that we are getting and we are assigning to ASCII code. Okay, so this
What is ASCII code?
for
It
each
is
character,
C code?
for
Okay.
each when C means the ASCII code is something 100. For O means the ASCII code is some 120, something like that. So for every character, for every symbol, so there is some dedicated ASCII code is there. So whatever the numbers, whatever the characters you are seeing in the keyboard, right? So for every character there is a specific ASCII code is available. So if at all if you want to see the ASCII code, so what I will do, I will print the ASCII code also over here, so that you can able to see it. So first I am printing the ASCII code directly as it is. After that I'm converting the ASCII code into corresponding character. See,
Mm-hmm.
one byte I'm printing directly, and the second part I'm converting that to character. Now let me run it so that you will understand what is ASCII code. Did you see this one?
Mm-hmm.
For every
Yeah.
character is associated with a character. So that character I'm converting into ASCII code to character.
Okay.
So if you display number directly, nobody will understand, right?
Yes.
So that's what I'm
No.
converting that one character or one ASCII code to character.
Okay. So 1 byte represents as
Yeah,
ASCII
one
code, right?
character, yes. ASCII code or one character. So that ASCII code we
Okay.
need to convert into the character. Then, so machine will understand this one, but we will understand
Mm-hmm.
only this one. So there is a lot of conversion is happening here, correct?
Uh-huh.
So ultimately we saw our data, right? Course founder. This is a space
Mm-hmm.
and founder
Mm-hmm.
technology, but it is giving character by character. That's what you will not see that fancy way. So if at all if you want to see it one line, so what I will do, I am going to remove this one. I don't want to display the number. I want to display only print. Now let me run it
Mm-hmm.
back. It will display in a single line. Yes, now it is
Mm-hmm.
clear, right? So we got the data back as it is, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let me, what I will do, I'm going to write something content here.
I have one more question
Yeah.
from the previous.
So I modified the file system, correct? If I will read that one, it should give another data, right? Okay, let me read it whether it's giving new data or not. It's giving, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the way to read the data by using stream concept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
This
have
is,
one
yes,
thing to ask.
yes, please.
So for the while thing, can you elaborate a little bit the basic syntax?
Yeah. So first one, I'm reading fi dot read, correct? So it will return an integer number. For each character, it will give corresponding integer. So it will read C from the file and it will give integer. Okay. So that one I'm
Mm-hmm.
assigning to 1 byte.
Okay.
Each time it will read one character and it will assign it to you. So that character should not be -1. So when you will get -1, once the entire data we read from the file, if there is no character available, then it will return -1.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? If entire data you read from the file, then there is no character, then it will return a -1, then -1 not equal to -1, then we will come out of the while loop. As long as data is available, you will get some number like 200, 126, 354, something like that. If there is no character available, that if there is no character, then you will get, it will return this read as a -1. So this entire thing is -1 not equal to -1, correct? It's a false, so it will come out of the loop, correct? It's clear right now. First
Yeah,
we are
where do
reading.
I get the things for while loop, like this basic things?
Oh, basic things whenever we are discussing on the fly, I will explain actually. So while loop means, so if as long as if you give true here, it will execute. If you give false, it will come out of the while loop. So that's what we are preparing a flag. So we are checking a condition not equal to -1. So every time we are reading one character and we are checking this is a -1 or not. If not, print the value. If -1, come out of the loop.
Okay.
Clear, right? So this fi
Yes,
dot read, it's keep on reading the one by one character until last character.
Mm-hmm.
Once you reach the last character, then it will come out of the loop. Clear, right?
Can you give me a simple example of while loop? Like if you can create a class and give me an example with it all.
Okay, if you want a simple example, it is not giving. 1 second, system dot system dot out dot println. So this is what I want to print. All dot length length system dot comment it out. Yes. Okay, so why it is giving error here? Syntax error dot expected this token PRINTLM. So let me remove this one. Oh, I have written outside of the for loop. Cut it. So it should be here. Yes. Okay. So this is a simple array, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do, I want to print the elements. In general, what we are doing, we are using for loop, correct?
Mm-hmm.
In general, we are using for loop, correct? No, now I don't want to
Yes.
use for loop. I
Okay.
want to use simple while loop.
Uh-huh.
After that, I plus plus. So first what I am doing, I equal to 0. It's a default variable.
Uh-huh.
What is the length here?
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 elements. So length is 6. Index will start from 0 to 5, but total length of the elements is 6, correct?
Okay.
Okay. So 0 is not equal to 6. It is a true, correct?
Yes.
So it will enter inside and it will print the 0 index element. After that I will increment the number. So then again I
Okay.
am going here. Once if I increment, the 0 will become 1. 1 is not equal to
Okay.
6, true. Then it will print the value. In the similar ways, I'm keep on printing the value, incrementing it. I'm checking the condition. Increment the value, checking the condition. So let me verify it, what will happen. Finally, whether I can able to print the elements or not. Did you see this one?
Mm-hmm.
I can able to print all the values. So did you see the condition over here? So length will give 6. So every time I'm printing the one element, I'm going to the next index, I'm checking the condition.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a simple way of while loop example.
Mm-hmm.
It is clear right now?
Yes, but on the top where we do the sysout, we didn't
We didn't do the
increment, we
increment,
decrement.
but fi dot
Yeah.
read, what it will do, what it will create a pointer for file content, meaning, so this is a file and here we have a text.
Mm-hmm.
So this is your text,
Mm-hmm.
consider. So first by default the
Mm-hmm.
pointer will point to the first character.
Okay.
If we call a read, it will return first character and I
Mm-hmm.
print that value. Again call the read function. So it will give the second character. Again call the read function.
Mm-hmm.
It will give third character. So if say for instance you reach last line, you read that one last character, it will return. Again read the one more character. So then no more character to give back. So then it will give -1. So it will give -1. So -1 not equal to -1, it is a false, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So this entire thing is will give -1. So -1 not equal to -1, it is a false. So then it will come out of the while loop.
Okay.
So we are not incrementing, but this function will increment that. It will point to the next character in the file system. So pointer means like this. Just keep on pointing to one character and you will get the corresponding code.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now there is another approach and last approach, and this is the easy and best approach.
Okay.
Let me write a simple class com dot test dot buffer. So here what I want to do, I'm going to write, okay, there is another example, buffer file system. So by using buffer file system, we no need to convert the data into bytes. So directly we can able to write the entire string into the
Mm-hmm.
file and you can able to read the entire string as it is. So in case of previous example, we converted or we had a lot of conversions, character
Mm-hmm.
to byte, byte to character, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of conversion happen, but whereas in this process we no need to do that kind of conversion.
And we can read and write using the
Yes,
buffers.
yes, we can
Okay.
read and write both together. So here the entire data will not write at a time, it will write part by part, piece by piece it will write, so that you will not get network traffic. So the file name here is buffer.txt. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a new file, I want to create it and I want to write the data. To write the data we are going to use
File.
file writer. Yes, file writer fw equal to new file writer f So this is the first class we are going to use to write the data, and after that we are going to use BufferedWriter BW equal to new BufferedWriter. So here we are going to use file output
Okay.
stream and bw dot write data. So here you can pass string directly what data you want to write.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to write first line is course founder technology, so this data I want to write. So you can pass the content
Okay.
as it is, you no need to do any conversion, no need
Okay.
to do any bytes, nothing, directly you can pass the data as it is. And if you see the file
Mm-hmm.
writer, so this will throw an exception of IO exception, so this constructor,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm throwing the exception back, so throws exception. Okay, now say for instance if you want to write second line new line character bw dot new line, and if you want to write bw dot write, sorry, write, I want to write here Bangalore comma India, so I can able to write the data directly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see any conversion? Are you calling any bytes? Nothing, right? No array, nothing
No.
here. So I want to write this content as it is. After that I want to write a new line character, and in next line I want to display Bangalore India.
Okay.
Correct? Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
once you write the data, once your data writing part is done, what you have to do, you have to close the connection always.
Close.
So that's all.
Okay.
After that just display one line,
BW.
data write successfully done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let me run it whether it will write the data or not. Yes, it's done successfully. Let me verify it whether our data is there or not. So yes, this is our file buffer dot text, correct?
Yes.
Just
Okay.
open it and you will see the
Mm-hmm.
data,
Okay.
correct?
Okay.
This is the way to write the data into file system
Buffer.
by using buffer system. So if you have 2 GB of data, if you give 2 GB of write like this, 2 GB if you write like this, it will take piece by piece and it will write it. So
Mm-hmm.
internally it will maintain a buffer system, buffer mechanism, so
Mm.
that your
So
system.
how am I supposed to know if my data is 2 GB? I mean,
So if you want to know your data size, so file
uh,
dot size, there is say file dot size or file dot length. Yes. So this is a file dot length. If you take your file and try to print the content, and this is the your file content size.
mm-hmm.
So print it and you can able to see your file length. So in your file total
Okay.
42 characters is available. Let me count it,
Uh-huh.
and here 3, 6, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15, 18, 20, 25, 26, 26, somewhere 30, 34, 35, 36, around 40, 42,
Mm-hmm.
correct? So you can able to get the number of character. So by
Mm-hmm.
using this we can able to convert the data into bytes, GB, whatever. So this is the way
Okay.
to read the data or to count your file size,
Okay.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what I will do, I will comment on this one. Why? Because our read part is done.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need this code. Now the second part is
Mm-hmm.
I want to read the data back as it is. So to read the data back, so you can use same file as it is, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Copy. So to read the data we have to use FileReader. Just reverse.
FileReader. Okay.
File reader fr equal to new file reader.
FileReader.
Okay, after that we
This
have
is
to
my
use,
constructor, right?
sorry, this is your,
Constructor.
yes, correct, this is your constructor, and the constructor input is file class.
File. Yes.
Okay, after that we have to use buffered reader.
BufferedReader. Yeah. This one is
Buffered reader, buffered reader equal to
new BufferedReader FR.
fr, correct. So here when we are reading the data, so how we are going to read the data? So I'm going to use a while loop. So what I will do, I will read br dot read line.
Mm-hmm.
So let me define a string here. String one line equal to null. So I declared a one variable. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I'm reading one line from the file. I'm reading line by line. I'm assigning one line to the one line, correct? So this read
Mm-hmm.
line function, it will read one line from the file, and it will assign to this one. Okay. After that, this entire thing I should check it should not be null. Correct. So each time whenever you are calling br.readLine, it will read one line from the file and it will assign to this one. And this one line should not be null. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
After that,
Yes.
I will print the data over here. Once your read part is done, what we have to do? We have to close the connection.
Here we cannot do directly br.read or something like that,
We
no?
don't have that. We cannot read entire thing.
Okay.
So we have to read line by line. So if we
Okay.
read that one, it will give a character by character.
Okay.
It will give like a old one, like character by character. If you want to read, so there is a read function. It will give a ASCII code, and we need to compare again to ASCII code to character. We have
Okay.
the old mechanism also. Read function is there, but it will give you integer. So like how we
Okay.
define, we are comparing to -1, and we are converting that number to char. We are displaying it, right? So that is lot of conversion is required. So just one line, and make sure it should not be null, and print it. And now if you run it, you can able to see the data. So first line it will read and it will give to us. Second line it will read, it will give to us. Whenever it will read the third line, you will get a null. So
Mm-hmm.
it will give, entire thing will give you a null. Null not equal to null. It is false, right?
Yes.
Then it will come out of the loop, and it will print. It will close the system
Mm-hmm.
or the connection. It's clear, right? This buffered mechanism is easy and faster.
Yes. Yes.
It's clear, right? This last approach. This last approach is the best approach.
Yes.
Okay, you can practice this one, and we will see tomorrow something else. If you have any questions, and we will discuss first about your questions regarding files, and we will see something else. Okay.
Yes. And if you don't mind
Yes.
explaining a little bit about the uh, what do you call variables a little bit, the basic things. From my practice, I understand that if I understand the basic very well, then I can easily grasp and I can, pretty much do by myself. But if
Yes,
I
you want
get
to know
started with
declaring the variable,
foundation,
right? Yeah, I will explain
yeah,
tomorrow. Yeah, I will explain, no problem.
yeah.
I will explain
Okay.
how to
Thank you.
declare a variable.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
thanks.